Hello and welcome to this video. Today in this video we're taking a look at MultiCharts.net, the starter edition. That means that this edition of MultiCharts is absolutely free for you to use. What we're going to talk about today is how to customize the look of your chart and also the candlesticks or the bar type that you're using. So you see I have a regular E-mini S&P chart open up here. We have just kind of the default for the candlesticks and the black background here. You see some grid lines in the background as well. So the first thing I want to do is talk about how to customize things like the chart background or the grid lines or the lines here that kind of differentiate the X and Y axis. So we're going to go and right mouse click and then we'll select Format Window. Now when we customize the bar types, we're actually going to go to Format Instrument. So please note that when you customize, something that's more just for the chart and not having to do necessarily with the data itself, meaning the bars, you're going to use the Format Window option. When you do actually adjust the way that the bars look themselves, you're going to go to the Format Instruments, and I'll show you where to find that within there later. So let's go ahead and select Format Window. We'll have another window here, of course, come up. And the first option, or first tab, you can see several different tabs at the top here, is to color the background whichever color that you like. Now this particular one actually has a preview kind of built in, so as we change it, it will change all of them at once. So you can see how these different colors kind of stack up, which one you like best. For example, if we wanted to use a gray maybe, or maybe even like a light blue here or a darker blue. So you can see how those compare with what you're looking for as far as your chart goes. I'm going to use kind of a light gray there, and we'll go ahead and leave that for now. We can also change the appearance of some other things. So you see here, two of the tabs are actually for the Y price scale and the X time scale. So if we go to the price scale, that's going to be the Y axis here. We're going to go ahead and adjust the labels. You see that the background color is a little bit light here, so you can't really see the labels very well. So what we can do is we can change how those look. So for example, I could choose a blue color. You see those are still a little bit light, and we're adjusting essentially the prices on the right hand side. So that darker blue looks and shows up a little bit better there. So we can go ahead and use that. Now we can also adjust this line here, so the separator here between the actual axis itself and the chart. So I'm going to change that to a blue color as well. We can even change it to the same. And then we're going to go ahead and go to the time scale. So again, the labels are currently white, so that's a little bit light for the colors that we're using now. So we can change that to the same if we wanted to, that blue color, but we could also individually choose that, so we can actually differentiate that if we wanted to. We can have our lower axis here use a green instead of a blue if we wanted to. I'm going to go ahead and make them the same color, just make everything a little bit uniform, but just note that those are independent, so you're not forced to use one or the other. And we can also change, of course, that divider line as well. Now I'm going to select OK here, and that will adjust those parameters and save those for us. You can see we have that same color that we chose there, and we also changed the colors of the divider lines and the actual labels on our axes. So now what I want to do is adjust the colors of the bars. You can see that the gray candle wicks is a little bit light as well for this. So for the price bars or the actual data bars that we're using, we're going to right mouse click and select Format Instrument, since we're actually adjusting what the data is looking like itself. So what we'll do here is we're going to go to Style. Now here's where we can choose the actual chart type. So not only can we change the colors, but we can also change the type of bars. So open, high, low, close, for example, high, low, close, high, low bars if we wanted to. There's hollow candlesticks. I'm going to choose the regular candlesticks and kind of leave those. Now what I want to change is the wick color. You can see that is a little bit light, so we could even make that a darker gray. You can see that shows up a little bit more, or I can even go to maybe a black color there. Now you also have the option to color the up candles or the down candles, so I could change that if I wanted to. So for example, for the up candles, I could change that to maybe a black color or a darker color. Then I can change the down bars here to a yellow color or whatever color combination. Now these are independent as well, so I don't have to necessarily choose different colors, but I have the option to, so I can make them both red if I wanted to, so we didn't have to differentiate between up bars and down bars. I'm going to leave them both on kind of the green and red option here, so I'm going to leave those. We just changed the wick, and then we'll select OK. So now we have our background change. We also changed the candle of the color of our candle wicks, made those a little bit darker and easier to see. We also changed the dividers as well as the labels on our chart, just to customize that a little bit further for us to make it how we want it to look aside from the default. If you have any questions about this process, please feel free to visit our website at www.optimusfutures.com or give us a call.